Hello, hey CISD family, and welcome to the first edition of Right This Minute for the 21-22 school year. So, here we are. I'm frustrated, probably like many of you, that we are not returning to normalcy like we all had hoped for. 3 weeks ago, I felt really good about it, but then we get the numbers from our Director of Health and Safety and also the local health authority that our numbers have increased dramatically as far as COVID positive cases and hospitalizations, and so we have been forced to kind of backtrack, and we want to have the best combination of safety protocol, but at the same time offer a nice, engaging environment and try to get back to as much normalcy as possible for our kids. So here we are. The biggest question that I've been asked is, am I planning on defying the governor's mandate on masks? And the quick answer is no, I'm not. And the reason for that is the governor's mandate is the law, and we are required to follow the law. And I could say that we're going to defy his order and have a mask mandate, but I don't have the ability to enforce that. And so without having enforcement option, those words are hollow and they're disingenuous. And so I don't feel like that's a good precedent to start, because if we are able to pick and choose which laws we want to follow and which ones we're not, then I think that leads to chaos and possible anarchy, and that's not the message I want to send to our students and our staff and our community. The next question I've been asked is, what about virtual learning? So our virtual option is our Homebound Academy, and we are standing that up for our medically fragile children, those that really don't need to be in person. And so all we're asking is that they go through the application process, have a doctor's note, and we've kind of expanded that particular program. So each student and their parents will be contacted by our Homebound Academy staff, and they will be asked if they prefer 1 hour of in-person or synchronous learning a day, and it will actually expand to 4 hours a day with a cluster of kids if that's the preference that they have. And so we're using our ESSER money, which is our federal stimulus funds, in order to hire additional teachers that are going to be dedicated particularly for this Homebound Academy program. The third question that I've received a lot of comments about is whether or not we're going to have certain events this year. So we want to, like I said earlier, remain in a position where we can offer as many events as possible. However, we are going to evaluate each event on its own merit, and we're going to ask that the campuses send those events to our safety committee, and we will figure out a way and create solutions in order to make as many of those events happen as possible. We may have to reorganize some of the timing on them, but we're going to do everything, and we're going to make a good faith effort to try to make sure our kids are connected, because we know that social emotional learning is crucial, and that being able to showcase their skills and talents is paramount. And so we're going to try to do everything we can to make those events happen. In conclusion, hey, I realize that a lot of you are frustrated because we aren't returning to a normal environment like we all had hoped for. But I want you to know, as a parent and as an educator, I'm just as frustrated as you are. However, we're going to continue to monitor the data from COVID on a day-to-day basis, and we're going to do everything in our power to keep our staff, our students, and our community safe. We know that the things that we did a year ago at this time worked. It helped stop the spread of COVID, so we're going to implement a lot of those same strategies, but at the same time, we also know that those that are 12 and up have an opportunity to be vaccinated, and so as those numbers increase, we will be able to make some modifications as to our events and maybe even our capacities at those events. And so please know we're in this for the long haul. We hope that people will continue to get vaccinated. Check with your doctors and your professionals to see if that's right for you, and we're going to highly encourage that people continue to wear masks to stop the spread, because we know that that is the safe thing to do, and we're going to try to abide by the CDC guidelines, because those are the experts and the professionals, and we're going to make sure that we always take their recommendations to heart as we move forward. So with that being said, hey, let's have a positive attitude as we move forward. We appreciate all the support, all the feedback. Parents have been passionate. on both sides of all the issues, and we appreciate that. We love that parents advocate for their kids, and we want to work together to make Hays CISD the best possible place for our kids to learn and have a quality education.